Hello and welcome, my name is XLK and today we're taking a look at my secret weapon for ladder, Deathrattle Demon Hunter. Deathrattle Demon Hunter has come together in a beautiful way with the new expansion with the inclusion of new cards such as Battleworn Vanguard, Piggyback Imp, Ursal Giant, and the new powerful hero card Kurtrus Demon Render. Deathrattle Demon Hunter is all about chaining your Deathrattle cards such as Razorboar and Razorfen Beastmaster to cheat out new Deathrattle cards that are sticky and hard to remove. Then you create a powerful board and close out the game. If your opponent manages to survive to the late game, you can finish them off with cards such as Kurtrus Demon Render, Deathspeaker Blackthorn, and a couple of Ursal Giants. For your mulligan, you want to go for Tuskpiercer, Battleworn Vanguard, Razorboar, Razorfen Beastmaster, and Kurtrus Demon Render. If you get the Boar or the Beastmaster, you can keep any Deathrattle card that they can chain into, such as Devouring Ectoplasm, Piggyback Imp, Renowned Performer, and even Persistent Peddler. Keep in mind that the Razorboar can only chain into Devouring Ectoplasm, Piggyback Imp, and Razorfen Beastmaster, while the Beastmaster can chain into all of these cards. The deck is pretty simple to play. Chain your Deathrattles, create a strong board, and finish the game with powerful, hard to kill minions. But there are a couple of things to keep in mind. You run the new OTK setup that involves Kurtrus Demon Render, Felfire Deadeye, and Expendable Performers. The Felfire Deadeye will make your hero power free, and it will reset every time you hit with a token from your Expendable Performers. When all of the tokens has died, they will resummon and you can hit again to fuel your hero power. You can also finish the game quickly with a Kurtrus and a wide board of Deathrattle minions as well. Kurtrus on turn 6 into a Deathspeaker Blackthorn on turn 7 is also very powerful to create an explosive board and to deal a ton of damage on turn 8. Deathspeaker Blackthorn can also be used to pull a ton of cards out of your deck to get closer to your key combo cards. Same goes for Skull of Gul'dan. Plan out your turns in order to move it to the left side of your hand to enable the powerful Outcast effect. And of course, your minions are very good at dying. That means that they can reduce the cost of your Ursal Giant, so that means that you can get it out for cheap or even free in the mid/late game. And that's it for Deathrattle Demon Hunter. Make a big sticky board, punch your opponent in the face, and finish the game with a big Kurtrus Demon Render combo to close out the game. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a great holiday season. Deathrattle Demon Hunter has quickly become one of my favorite decks in the meta. It's been so nice to see that a deck that I already liked a lot getting some well-needed support in the latest expansion. Thank you guys so much for all of the support. I can't believe how much the channel has been taken off this year. I think we were at around 15 subs or so this time last year. Now we're closing in on 1k. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know how much all the support really means to me. Thank you. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, enjoy the games. It's high time that I show you guys my secret weapon this season, Deathrattle Demon Hunter. Man, the stats aren't in yet, but I've been pushing a ton of rating with this. I've been having so much fun. I even created a full golden version of it. Don't do this, but I did it because I'm also farming 1k with Demon Hunter because I want that portrait. I'm at like 600 something, so you better believe that I'm gonna play a lot of Deathrattle Demon Hunter this season because it's just so much fun. Okay, we want this Battleworn Vanguard. Persistent Peddler, nope. We could throw it back, but come on, we want a real turn 1 play. And Flanking Maneuver is super good, but no. Alright, so a lot of the skill of this deck comes in like identifying your hand early to create a game plan, because it could be different from game to game. Okay, we just hit here with the hero power, so sometimes you just kind of want to go slow. You want to make sure that if you have a bunch of combo pieces that you actually get to the OTK-ish stuff. And sometimes you just kind of want to jam stuff on board and just kill him quickly. Like Piggyback Imp, it's super good. It's just very aggressive. Okay, this guy runs Viper. Oh, good. We actually pulled the Razorboar, and we always go Razorboar here over the Battleworn Vanguard because this is like a high kill priority target. So I wouldn't play it in the early game if I don't get value from it. So we're just gonna jam the boar. If he kills it, we're gonna get an Ectoplasm. And on turn 3, we could go Battleworn Vanguard and then hit with our hero power. So if this guy runs Perpetual Flames, it could be really bad because he can just wipe our board totally. Okay, so this looks like it's freeze, which means that we're good at creating big boards, especially with the Vanguard. But we have to be kind of careful here, because if we make it too big and we don't have like a Flanking Maneuver or a Renowned Performer, it could be really hard to kill the Giant. But oh, I should have totally gotten Tuskpiercer there, but hey, what is done is done. But yeah, I should have played Tusk Piercer to be able to draw next turn. And now we can kind of see where he's heading with this. So I think that this guy is free, so we don't have to be too scared of something like a Perpetual Flame. Okay, so it's the OTK version. But you see, we already have him at 20, which is super good. So now we play the Beastmaster because it chains into the Renowned Performer. We could just play the Renowned Performer and trade into this, but I much prefer to go Tusk Piercer, and it's not time for the Giant yet, so I'm gonna let this guy clear. So I'm just gonna go all face here, and we put him at half HP on turn 4. That's pretty good. Like, these minions are so sharp. Like, if you look at most of the Deathrattle cards, you have like 3 attack on them, or 4 even. So I think we learned from playing Stealth Rogue back in the day that the power of 3 is very, like, it's very powerful. You can just kind of burst down your opponent super quickly. Like, if he doesn't have a board clear or board freeze here, we're just gonna be able to hit him for even more. And if he clears all of this, this thing is getting discounted. So this guy goes to 7 if he clears everything. Okay, so the freeze effects, I think we have to deal with the freeze cards because we don't want our face to get frozen. He has the coin, so he could freeze the entire board next turn. Something to keep in mind. So we probably don't want to go with the Vanguard here. I'm gonna trade with my face first. I think we might actually go like this, but then we have to overkill the 3/4. So getting our face frozen is pretty bad, but it's not as bad if we don't have Kurtrus. And I think I want to use the Renowned Performer to deal with the freeze. So I think I'm taking this trade right here, like minion and... or I'm just going with the Demon Claws here. I don't want to use this to create a, like, too big of a board. Let's pull a Deathrattle. That's super good, Renowned Performer. We could play one of them. Yeah, I think we're playing one, but we're not trading with it. As I said before, his freeze might be big now. Okay. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, so just like the last game, we want to quickly identify what we have in the hand, and then we want to make a game plan around that. Like, Piggyback Imp is nice, but I don't think we want it. We just want a strong opener, and against a warrior, we just want to be as defensive as possible. This means, like, trying to get some taunts going with this, finding healing with Illidari Studies, and I don't think we're gonna be playing. Yeah, we can actually play the Vanguard. Since he's gonna play a quest now, we could probably play a Vanguard and then have free range to hit with Demon Claws. Unless he finds a way of killing this with a spell, but that's gonna slow down his quest, which we also take. Hopefully we'll pull something. Like, question is, do we want to go for healing with the Illidari Studies, or do we just want to find tempo? I think finding tempo is important here, unless we get a 2-drop, because we definitely want to hit with our Demon Claws. But that would only leave us with, I don't know, like 2 mana to spend on the... No, 1 mana actually to spend with the Illidari Studies. But it's gonna get discounted, so we could go for like a weapon or something. Then we could use the full mana, which would be pretty good. But I think this guy is kind of considering board clearing here. Yeah, but it slows down his quest so much that we just take it. Unless he has like a 1. Or is that a Whetstone Hatchet? Okay, so this guy has a pretty bad hand, which is good for us to know. However, we need to find something now, and we absolutely did. This is super good, so now we can save the Illidari Studies. So, what's kind of bad with this hand is that this skull can't be moved. Like, it's gonna be so hard to drop this giant. But if we do enough trading, we might be able to. This thing will help us out for sure. But then question is like, how do we wanna go about this studies? Like, this is the big question of this game. Okay, we got another study so we can afford to just drop one. Or we could play the renowned performer to make the trade. I think making this trade is pretty good. Like, he won't shoot his cannonballs. He could do it next turn, but I think if he could, he would have with the cannoneer, right? So I'm just taking this renowned performer and I'm trading instead of going with the elitary studies. So I don't want to trade this. He could kill all of these, which is just good because we want 1 protection for our face. 2, we want to get some reduction on this Ursel giant. And we could hold on to 1 elitary studies to find a skull on 6 if we really want a skull. But I think that this is going to be more about survival. And we definitely want to kill this, so I think I'm gonna look for something unless I pull something amazing. But this trade will set this to 7, which would be really good. Okay, we need to go studies here. We could copy the giant, which wouldn't be too bad, but I think just getting a strong minion on board is good enough. And we get to throw something. And we definitely want to throw... Oh wow, man the cannons. Man the cannons is killing everything, or like it's killing this. But I don't think we mind. So let's say both of these die. This will go down to 6, which means that we can play it next turn. That's pretty good. So let's just throw this cargo guard. Throwing the coin is also pretty fun. The reason why you could go for throwing the coin is because that's gonna make... It's gonna make it so that he has to draw it the turn afterwards. But yeah, he's probably gonna man the can on this. I just didn't want to deal with that, with the armor, right? Here we go. He's already low, and we can drop a giant here. And I don't think he's gonna be able to deal with it, so let's just drop it. This means that we can move our skull. We're gonna have to move the skull with the elitary studies, which I'm not too happy about, but getting a skull off is just... It's super good, but... There's like a hidden rule to Skull of Gul'dan. If you're able to move it with an elitary studies, you're always gonna find a new skull that you can play right away with the elitary studies. Which is kind of funny. So... Okay. We might actually go for removal if we can. I don't think we're gonna skull this turn. We could go expendable performers here actually. Like, hitting him for 8 with the performers is super good. Like, that's a coin and that's a top deck. So, I'm actually gonna go... I'm dropping the OTK combo here. Let's see, I'll get 6, which means 12. That's definitely enough. This is kind of funny, right? Because you usually want to hold your combo pieces. But I think just swinging for 8 is so powerful. And now we get a new board full of them. Bump, bump, bump. And this guy can just have a good time top decking now. And as I've said like a million times here, we probably just want to find some healing with this. Yeah, and now he clears everything. Yeah. But he only has a coin in the hand, and he's gonna rely on top decking, and he took 16 damage from this, which is really good for us. And this is how you... Oh, hold a warrior down. Yeah, let's go for Big Boy Kurt. And a Tusk Piercer, and a Hero Power, and just start swinging. Just get to work here. There we go. Yeah, it's so good. Like, you never ever want to see a Kurtress from your opponent. It's the best card in the deck. Right, a priest. Haven't seen a lot of priests lately. So, they have a ton of armor. They have a ton of healing. This might be OTK though. I don't want to keep any of these. However, flanking maneuver could really help sometimes. Okay, we actually got it, which is fine, but I would much rather get something for the Razor Boar. I think that priest shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. It's like, it's weird because this deck is pretty good against like slow beefy decks, even Paladin, unless they play Cariel. Okay, that's one combo piece. We hit. But unless Paladin play Cariel, you're kind of fine. Because you can fight for board and you can try to get that Kurtrus. But you're gonna have to get some skulls, you're gonna have to get some combos down to finish the game. Not sure if we're looking at like a... not sure if we're looking at a priest, a combo priest or a Deathrattle priest. So we're not in a good situation here. So we either go Razor Boar or we go Vanguard. Razor Boar is good if it hits next turn. And Vanguard is a better turn 3 card. However, we really hope that he doesn't trade into this or that he doesn't remove it because it won't pull out anything. And the Vanguard synergizes very well with the hero power on turn 3. So we're gonna get that full board of minions no matter what. And on turn 4 we could go flanking maneuver if he plays something really annoying. So this is probably not Miracle, right? Okay, Illidari Studies, we can do a lot with this. We actually kind of want to draw with it, but we have to go for this big board. Hopefully he won't do a full board clear, that would be really bad. So if he would remove the entire board, we would have to go for a Renowned Performer, because I think the value of getting one of these to die is very high. Like, it's a 4-2, and we could start smacking him with 4, which would be good, but having it dying would reduce the cost of Ursal Giant, which is very powerful, and you could kind of use one of these to get through a Light Shower Elemental or the big guy that's gonna give them armor. We could go Illidari Studies to look for draw. I don't think that's wrong here. Yeah, we have to go for the Sigil Runner, even though it's kind of okay. So, I'm just gonna hero power here. It's gonna be a little slower turn and we're kind of not getting that mana. But let's say if he board clears, then the pig will rip out one of them. And then he have to do a board clear again to get rid of the second piggyback imp. So that's kind of why I didn't do anything. But I want to find Kurtrus and stuff to enable my expendable performers here. Taking a trade with just expendable performers isn't too bad, since it does synergize with the giants. So if we have to, if push comes to shove, I guess we could go expendable performers to kill off like a big taunt minion or something. 1 damage to everything. He heals this, which is fine. I mean, all he kind of did was, yeah, all he did was just killing off my 1/1s, and we're getting new ones. Expendable performers. I kind of want to get the rush value out of it, but since we don't have any, like, since we can't go piggyback imp because this can't summon the expendable performers, we have to go with it, and it kind of curves out very well with our hero power. And every time you hero power your Kurtrus, the demons that Kurtrus spawn will be even stronger, so weaving in that hero power is really good. You get kind of rewarded for playing off curve, but we're getting into the mid game and he's at half health, which it doesn't mean that much against a priest because I don't think we're killing him that quickly. Okay, piggyback imp comes in, and I wonder, something big is coming out here and I'm scared. Flanking maneuver is kind of good. It's gonna leave me with a 4-2. But after that, we're kind of running out of steam. But we can remove this, which is good. And the board is like plenty sticky. It's pretty sticky, right? He kills off. He makes a big board clear again. We're getting another 4-1 and we're getting 2 1/1s, which can definitely just kind of help us. And he needs to heal and he needs to clear because we have so much damage on board right now. What is this? Like 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with our hero power. Okay, the healing comes out. We kind of luck out there. This is not going to finish the game. But we have the entire OTK combo, which I would love to get off. And how do we want to go about this? Yeah, we just trade this. Because it's so strong. Look at this. And we can't do the combo next turn, but we can do it the turn after. So unless he goes to full, which he can, definitely. Like, they could totally Reno Jackson. But you never know. Like, yeah, I just kind of want to get this off because I like the combo. I'm sorry, nobody will ever let you. Your tempo is too good. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon. Peace.